I was ultimately set up by this guy to cash some checks with him. At the end of dinner, walking out, I was put into handcuffs by a number of agents in addition to him and taken to the U.S. Attorney's Office. There were again numerous issues that came up with regard to this money laundering issue. After the Angolan money, he wanted me to have checks printed, etc. And I told him I couldn't do this. He said, find people that can. I was still very concerned about my family, my father-in-law, etc. I continued to consider doing this. However, what I did do was I called the FBI agent that I had worked with regard to the situation with the pizza connection, but he told me he couldn't deal with this issue. He would have to get me somebody else, and that somebody else would then contact me because I needed to be protected from this craziness, all this illegal check fraud and money laundering situation that he put me into. However, ultimately, I was contacted by some people regarding getting money cashed or these checks cashed by this banker. It came by one of the criminals who was trying to cash the checks illegally. I had no idea that this was somebody from the federal government, but it was not sitting with me very well at the time. I was ultimately set up by this guy to cash some checks with him, and ultimately we met in the River Cafe in Brooklyn, where I gave him the checks during dinner, and at the end of dinner, walking out, I was put into handcuffs by a number of agents in addition to him and taken to the U.S. Attorney's Office. I was very nervous, scared out of my mind. You can't imagine what the feelings I had. I had a couple of glasses of wine during dinner, and it only made things worse for me. I just couldn't believe that I was set up like this.